Good.
This is, we
My
called it.
best booking.
Just, you did that on purpose. We started
Yeah,
Jamie
I
and you
definitely
did
did it on
waited.
purpose. He
I
definitely did
waited.
it on purpose.
I'm here now.
All right. So after a booming success on whatever me and Ken talked about last time, I think it was like fantasy football stacking. Connor, you would have loved it. All about wide receivers.
Dude, we
You
talked
know-
about your dynasty team so much.
Discussing this for the last half an hour off the record, and I can't
Mhm.
tell you now. This is public domain. But there have been
Anyways.
some things that I've been dealing with.
He's being dramatic. He gets special trips to special places.
He's been having a rough time with his dynasty league. That's what it is.
Yeah. Go get Josh Downs, everyone. That's all you should know.
Dude,
Ken did
you would
draft
love
Josh
my
Downs.
team. I got Diggs, Ted McMillan, and Josh Downs all late.
All right.
Good value.
Anyways, we're talking futures because, well, it's like a week away from the season, so we can't talk about week one, and we're just going to make picks for the whole year pretty much. Connor probably has the spiciest pick I have seen. We're building up drama, or tension. We'll get to that later. Anyways, Connor's back. Ken's here. How you guys doing?
Terrible.
I'm doing great. This is awesome.
I'm happy to be here. Life's wonderful. All right. So we're gonna start off MVP picks. We're gonna start off with who we think is actually gonna win it, and then we'll follow it up with Connor's spicy pick for his long shot, which is like, it's not like it's beyond a long shot. It's like a true lottery ticket to win. Anyways,
Well, the parameters were, dude, pick someone nobody would choose.
fixed. I guess I should have been like, pick something kind of reasonable.
It is reasonable.
No. We all think a long shot means something different. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Phil, for example. No. Ken, for example. A favorite.
Favorite. Okay. Anyways, Ken.
You know, with his pick, I can't argue it. I just can't.
All right. Let's start off. Connor, who's your pick to an MVP that is the most realistic?
Guys, this is like a throwback to like 2021 when we started this. Joe Burrow, by the way, should have won last year. Everyone agree with that? Or is that a no?
If they were a 10-win team, he would have won last year.
If
He
they made the
wasn't allowed
playoffs,
to
he would've
win.
won.
Still got it.
I
Bingo.
have mine.
There
See
it
what I'm
is.
saying? But this is what I don't understand. Like, if you like watch it, statistically, it was something crazy. I think we looked at this, like, out of the top 5 most touchdowns in a season, he's got like 2 of them. And one of them was last year. It was like Tim and who was it? Dan Marino or something crazy. There was stats with the highest 4,000 yards, most touchdowns in a season. And he's only 29. Yeah, something crazy, some stupid stat like that.
You want to hear the craziest Joe Burrow stat?
What's that?
His time to throw is like half a second under everyone else in the league for like
You
the
want to hear
past 3
another funny
years.
stat? 75% of the Bengals salary cap is going to be tied up with this many players. Trey Hendrickson, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. 75% of their cap this year. You want to
Just
talk
say it.
about a true boat race every single... Why else? Another reason why he should win MVP this year. He's going to be throwing for like 6,000 yards. Their offensive line is not better. Not
How will he be so effective with the bad offensive line?
literally what you just said. Get the ball out, throw 60 times a game, and then just hope and pray. Remember.
The classic Sly Stallone move. I'm going to wear out the defensive
Please.
line by letting them hit me in the face.
Phil, just please go show me the preseason scores for the Bengals this year and tell me how many points their defense gave up on average in 3 preseason games against backups for everyone. It's
So-
over 30 points a game against
I have
the squad
like
for
3
everyone.
bets in for week 1 in the NFL. One of them is Cedric Tillman to get 80 yards receiving. It was like plus 1,000 odds. Since I bet it, he's down to plus 500, and it's because he's playing the Bengals that I'm like, all right,
Bengals.
yeah, he might get 200.
The Bengals gave Trey Hendrickson $30 million. They never wavered. They gave him a 1-year deal, all guaranteed, and basically said, hey, we're going to give you 30, whatever else we got in the salary cap, you can have it, buddy. We're going all in for 1 year. And then we're just going to hemorrhage money forever after this. So good luck.
So you think the Bengals are going to be a playoff team and Joe Burrow's getting the MVP?
Yes.
Standing by that. All right.
Yes. They'll be a
Okay.
playoff team, but they'll be exactly what you just said, but one game better, 10-7.
Evan McPherson's gonna actually hit that game-winning field goal.
Yeah, 10-7.
So
They also play in the absolute hardest division, maybe second hardest division in the NFL.
Connor, I did not pick Joe Burrow solely for the exact same reason that you picked him, is because that defense is so bad. I can't pick them to win MVP. They're just not going to win enough games. I can't pick someone who isn't going to win their division to win the MVP. I just can't do it. I agree with everything else except for I'm picking Lamar Miller. Or Lamar Jackson.
Miller. Oh my
Lamar
god!
Miller, the guy who plays the running back, who's no longer in the NFL.
You know what? No.
Actually, just so you're aware,
Lamar Miller.
he had one 1,000-yard season. So good for him.
Dude, he was really good for that 1 year. I had him in fantasy. Yeah.
That was like Ken had this like amazing delivery, and then you just completely ruined.
I got too excited about it.
And he was like,
I just
great.
put Lamar in the spreadsheet.
Just go back a little bit.
But,
I'll build it up again and then restart.
What if I just get like some funny like voiceover like James Earl Jones and it just says Jackson?
If you could. Oh man. Well,
Man,
he
he's gonna be
should
like,
have won.
look,
Lamar
if you guys are
Jackson
wondering,
should
still,
have
Lamar's
won.
gonna win last year though. That's fair.
Lamar Jackson should have won it last year. So he had the better team. He had the best stats he's put up. He had over 40 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. I think that really he just got screwed based off a narrative. I think that if he didn't win it the year before, he would have won it. But I just think that the Ravens team is just going to be better as it is. Just another year with Derrick Henry, another year with their defense. I just think they're a more complete team. They're going to have a better team than the Bengals. And for that, he's going to win the MVP. Joe Burrow, I agree with everything. Man, I want him on my fantasy team. He's going to put up all these stats. I just don't see it going to a 10-7 team. I think you just need more wins. That's it.
So that 41 passing touchdown number blew my mind. I like looked up where those touchdowns went, and I'm looking at these Ravens receivers. I'm like, man, I still don't want any of them in fantasy. Like, I know there's a possibility for 45 touchdowns on this team, and I'm like, nope, I'm good. Zay Flowers may be the only one.
Zay's the only one. Everybody else, nope.
All right.
They don't even
Where
throw
did I
that
get
much.
Miller for? I don't know where it got.
But his efficiency.
Are you
would be
drinking
like-
a Miller Lite?
So just think about that though. He threw 41 touchdowns and averaged something like 10 attempts less than Joe Burrow a game. He would average like 25 to 28 passes a game. Joe Burrow averaged like 37 plus. It was crazy.
Like without the line, without a defense. I mean, sometimes like their first preseason game was just so hard to watch. I can't remember who they were playing. But
Eagles beat the brakes off him.
it was horrible. It was completely miserable.
Luck out, Golden. Somehow you fail up again.
You guys might be talking me into Browns +6 in week 1. That Flacco baby, he can play football
+6
at home.
It's like you're not watching. They keep it close.
All right, so I got Mahomes returning to the top of the mountain. I'm sure everyone's already seen Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged now, so he's coming in
Why did you
strong.
even bring that up?
Dude,
You're
Phil.
I can't believe you brought this up. Can we move on? Like, that's all you get. There's no more to talk
But
about.
I'm not allowed to continue about how the
Dude,
Chiefs
I said
have,
Lamar Miller. Let him go. No.
the Chiefs have someone like 3 of the top 10 quarterbacks in ADOT or average depth of target in the preseason were all on the Chiefs. I think they're coming out. I think they're spinning and they're throwing deep balls. Ironically, another guy I have is Xavier Worthy to have 100 yards week 1. It was another 10-1 bet. So I think I'm so excited. I want the Chiefs back when they played the Rams. Remember that like 51-49 game that was crazy? Didn't even go to overtime. I'm really hoping that the Chiefs get back to that ethos and start playing, just let Mahomes sling it all over the field. I'm excited. They got speed again. They got all the speed.
Fast guys.
They got Tyquan
just
Thornton
so
made
you-
the team. That was a report from Andrew Schefter.
Just so you know, Phil 100% would have been like, hey, if I'm a GM, just find me the John Ross of every draft, and I will take him. Everyone.
Dude, you don't have to do it every draft. You do it every other because you get 2 years to cut that guy.
Cool. So you're Al Davis instead.
Dude, Darius Hayward Bay, man.
Darius Hayward Bay.
Ted Ginn Jr.
Ted Ginn
Man.
Jr. I saw a crazy stat about him the other day too. Dude like never had 1,000 yards, but played in the NFL for something like 12, 13 years.
Yep.
Sanity.
All right. So now we got, the boring picks for MVP out of the way. We hyped it up, or at least I attempted to. I don't think I did a good job of it. Connor?
Yeah, you sucked.
Okay. Connor, who's your dark horse MVP that people should be watching out for?
Bryce Miller. Oh, dang. Ruined it. Listen, just think about the weakest division in football. Got Daniel Jones, Baker turnover. I don't even remember who Trevor underperformer in that division. Oh no, sorry, you do have.
No, it's
Daniel Jones?
Spencer. It's Spencer.
Spencer Rattler.
It's Spencer Rattler. So listen, we just talked about the strongest division in football, or at least top two, and basically they're going to beat up on each other. The Panthers are primed to win 10 plus games this year. I don't care what you say. I'm telling you. And Dave Canales is going to turn the table. Bryce Young, did you guys look at his stats? Last 8 games was like lights out. 250 plus yards per game. He had like something crazy like 8-0 or 8-1 TD-INT ratio. Dude was a monster. And I think he got a little bit of help, I would say. I mean, look, they didn't do a whole lot, but I do like the pickup of Dowell just to give Chuba a rest. But their defense is decent. They kept the same offensive and defensive coordinator. I think the division is super duper weak. So all you have to do is beat up on Dan Jones, Trevor Lawrence, and Spencer Rattler for 8 of your 17 games. Please tell me why it's a plus 10,000 bet.
He's not going to do it.
He is going to do it.
Because it's not Panthers to win the division, which, like, I loved everything you said. It's why I picked them to win the division, but not MVP. I mean,
his ceiling is like 30
Burrow
touchdowns.
said you have to win games to be MVP, and you have to make the playoffs. Check.
I think there's some other stuff you got to do too. I'm not sure though.
All right. Well, I'm getting.
Hey! Who do you have on your fantasy team? Who is it?
A lot of people. I mean,
Ted
what are you getting at?
Ted McMillan. Ted.
Dude.
Which, by the way, you're insulting him. He doesn't like to go by Ted. His mom named him Tetaroa. I don't know if you know that. He said that in an interview. Don't call him that.
Can I call him Mr. McMillan?
It's either Tetaroa or what I like to call him, Teddy.
Teddy.
I'll fix it in my phone real quick.
I'm kidding. I don't think he likes Teddy either. I think it's. I don't know what it is. I just remember him yelling at the reporter. No, his mom yelled at the reporter.
That's like who is it? Ja'Cory Croskett or whatever, being like, no, it's Bill.
Bill.
All right, Ken, who's your super boring pick?
So it's not Bryce Miller, that's for sure.
Good.
There are just 2 people I want to say that are the plus 2,000 odds. Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts. There's Jordan Love too. I really don't want to talk about Jordan Love for it. So Jalen Hurts just won Super Bowl MVP, and he's just been disrespected for pretty much the last couple of years because, sometimes he just does not show up for regular season. But I really like Justin Herbert more so. The fact that Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl MVP, he can win regular season MVP. But I believe in the Chargers. I believe in the coach. I think that the best thing they could have done is get a Marion Hampton out there. Phil keeps on completely missing the fact that they got picked up Keenan Allen again. Keenan Allen has only done well the last couple of years. He's done well with Herbert. Him and Ladd McConkey, big fans, but I think that as they'll be able to establish a run more, will just really open up, and the team's just going to look so much better on offense than it has in years. So I think that Herbert kind of does those flashes that he showed as a rookie and can really take that next step up, and he can be up there again with like that annual All-Pro or Pro Bowlers, All-Pro. Well, that's really just all in the AFC. But dude, picking Herbert.
Herbert has just gone backwards in his career. He was like 30 touchdowns, 10 to 15 interceptions, 4,500 yards his first 3 years. And it's like 3,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Like, I wish he can now parlay it forward and be like, okay, I'm going to put together the conservative play or, not making mistakes and the 5,000 yard seasons. I just don't know if Harbaugh's going to let him stat pad enough to keep up with, players. Anyone else?
Bryce Miller.
Bryce Miller. LeBron James. So I got Stafford, though. I don't like the Rams, but every time I look at the NFC, I can say, like, hey, the top 5 or 6 teams, I could see all of them winning 13 games and just dominating. Matt Stafford does not have an MVP. I feel like he has the stupid narrative going for him. So if it's close between him and Lamar or him and Josh Allen, they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, like as he sunsets his career, only a couple of years left. And he also has Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. Like, I don't see how he can't be highly productive with the team that's put around him. So I could easily see him having a crazy year, 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns. Rams win 13 games, and they're just like, well, Stafford did it. This is all him. They're going to march their way to the Super Bowl as the narrative at the end of the year. So, yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to think 4,000 plus 4,000 just seems way too long for Stafford. Now that I know he is up and practicing and playing again, I was really worried. I was texting Ken about it way too much, like the last 2 weeks, where it's like, dude, is he going to be okay? This is a back thing. I always worry about back and neck problems.
So real quick, my only argument with that is that Jared Goff, what did he have last year? He had a 15-1 team, or what was it? Was it 15-2 team or something like that? Like 4,000 yards. I don't know how many touchdowns. It was it 35 plus? Yeah. And then Sam Darnold had a, what were they? 15-2 or 14-3, I think. 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns. And really neither of them were even in the conversation, like realistically, for MVP. I think that like the narrative is like, you have to be the best player in the NFL. Like you need to do it all. You got to be like the Josh Allen.
Bryce Miller.
Thank you. Pat Mahomes.
Lamar Young.
Thank you.
If anyone clicks on this video and they're like trying to learn about football, they're going to be super confused.
They're going to Google these players. And then it's going to be someone from like the YMCA up the street.
Dude, Lamar Miller is, wasn't drafted in my fantasy league. I got to go pick him up.
He played for the Texans in 2016.
Made a crap ton of money to not do well at all.
Technically, it was the Dolphins first.
He was good for the Dolphins.
He was good with the Dolphins, yeah.
Bad for the Texans. A high volume guy. Great for fantasy. Anyways, all right, so now we got our MVP picks out the way. Let's go over to other player awards. Offensive Player of the Year. This one's fun. Connor, coming out like a QB, super long shot again. It's bold.
It's because he's going to be baby Lamar Jackson, and he can't win the MVP over Bryce Young or Lamar, the real Lamar Jackson. So they're going to feel bad for him, and they're going to give him Daniels because he's going to run for 1,000 yards and he's going to throw for 3,500 yards. By the way, any of you guys tell me how many he had last year? He had like 750 rushing yards last year. So if the dude ends up having 1,000, 3,500, you guys go, oh, there's a long shot. Yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah.
No,
I guess my thing is I don't see how his passing stats get much better than last year. 3,500, 25 touchdowns. But like, I don't know if Debo helps that too much.
They signed Scary Terry back and they got Bill. Just dump it off to Bill. And Zach Ertz, and the ghost of Zach Ertz.
I just look at Jaden Daniels as is he going to have a year 2 regression the way CJ Stroud did?
CJ Stroud's offensive line somehow got worse from the last year to this year, and Jaden Daniels at least stayed the same.
All right. So we got Jaden Daniels running for 1,000, throwing for 4,000, killing it. I got Bijan. I think the Falcons are going to be good. You guys can have the Panthers. I'm going to have the Falcons to come out, be the 12-win team coming out of the NFC South. And I think Bijan's just going to have the breakout year. Look like Saquon did last year, except for not as many stat padded yards because Tyler Alligator is going to steal from that.
His name is Bijan. He got mad in an interview that you guys are saying my name wrong. I'm big on names this year.
Well, I would say while we're at it, just what other ones we getting wrong?
Tedorola. Okay. Bijan. Okay. Bijan.
Bijan.
You definitely screwed up Lamar Miller. Okay.
Well, that one.
Clearly. And then I'll think of more as they come.
I'm sure we got some good names coming up later.
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm
because
sure.
Phil was like Ja'Cory Cross Camara. I don't know. Bill.
Just say
All right,
Bill.
Okay. Bill.
Anyways, I am all in on Bijan and the Atlanta Falcons being awesome this year. And instead of Kirk Cousins throwing 1 touchdown and 7 interceptions in close games, they're just going to get functional play out of Michael Penix and kill it. So Bijan going to be up there as the offensive player of the year. Ken, what are you thinking?
So 2 values that I saw real quick. Just going to mention CeeDee Lamb. He's plus 2,000. The whole offense is going to have to run through him. This is more of a, I don't believe in any Javonte Miller. Damn, I'm doing it again. Javonte Williams, Jaden Blue. I don't believe in any of them, but I think that
George Pickens.
And that's a nice compliment, but I think that CeeDee Lamb is going to just get every little bit of like short. I mean, I think he's going to get like 15 targets a game. I think it's going to be great for fantasy.
Telling you, George is like the perfect compliment. He's like Mike Wallace light. Do you guys remember who that is? I bet you don't.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
But
Steelers.
Who did he play for?
Steelers.
Who
Dolphins,
did he play for after that?
Eagles.
No, Ravens, you dingus.
Ravens.
He was on the Eagles for a minute.
No, you're obviously thinking of Alshon Jeffrey. I know who
Deshaun Jackson.
And Deshaun Jackson. Watch. Phil's going to get a smile on his face because he's like, yeah, I'm an idiot.
Ended his career in 2018 with the Eagles. Nice try.
No, we're talking about people when he actually played. He didn't even play for the Eagles.
Yes, he did. He was on the team.
On the team.
Nice
Tell me, Phil, do you remember who Joe Montana ended his career with?
Chiefs.
Damn. All right, yes. All right. You're right.
So let's go. Keep him coming.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Well,
anyways,
I just want to mention.
Ken
I just want to mention CD just at plus 2,000 good odds, but I really think it's going to be Jameer Gibbs. So plus 1,300. The main thing, I do not think this offense is going to be as good. Yes, they had a slight downgrade on their offensive line. They still have a very good offensive line. New offensive coordinator, but especially out of training camp where they're like, hey, Jameer Gibbs is getting all the work with like the first team. I think finally they say, hey, you know what? Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery are not a 1A, 1B combo. One of these guys is way better. And I really think you just see a whole lot more of Jameer Gibbs. And every time he's had that, bell cow workload, he's completely killed it. And offense is still going to be good. They still have a lot of weapons. And I think that he's just going to completely go off.
I see your analysis and I raise you Dan Campbell.
You like it with the addition of Campbell even more,
Dan
right?
Campbell, no. I see your analysis, and Dan Campbell is going to say, David Montgomery, you get 15 totes a game. Here you go.
I don't know, especially at the end of the year last year, just saw what Jameer Gibbs did with that. Like, I think that Montgomery will still probably get like 6, maybe 7 rushing touchdowns, but I think that it's not going to be a very even split. I think it's like easily more of like a 2-1 instead of, it's not 15 carries a game for Montgomery. At least that's
also
what I think.
The Gibbs will get more value out of the Lions not winning 15 games. If they're playing in closer games and they're 11-6, 10-7, that means he's going to be in late in games for pass catching duty.
We talking about fantasy? Yeah, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. You guys are
Dude, no, because that's going to stat pad. Like you need that for offensive player of the year. All right. All right. We got one more player category because I'm not talking about comeback player with you guys. Offensive rookie of the year. Mine's easy. I got Omarion Hampton. I'm really excited about that one. I wanted Najee, but that's never going to happen because he can't see. Still a Pirate.
The only reason you picked him is because you're like trying to default from your Najee pick to
so I want
Chargers running back is that's going to be what Ken and I said from like, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago, any non-Najee player.
Dude, I am 100% in on the able-bodied person who runs the ball for the Chargers. That's it. That's like the qualification. It's like it's a run favorable scheme, and if you have a heartbeat and are the one carrying the ball, I want you. Like, I think you're going to be great. And now Najee was the only real, like, reasonable talent, or maybe not talent, but like he had a skill set that could be valuable, aka a really big guy who can run into people. But they don't got anyone else now besides Hampton. So I think he's just going to come out and be getting 20, 25 carries or touches a game and just absolutely put up stat pad everything. And like Ashton Jonty, I don't want him because I think the Raiders are going to suck and teams are just going to collapse on him because they just had to go get Amari Cooper to solve their wide receiver problems. Think about that. Solving
Kobe
your wide
Myers
receiver
requested
problem.
trade today.
Yeah, and that's why they got Amari Cooper. So I am
Ken,
out
the moral
on
of the story is
the Raiders.
Ken, the moral of the story is Phil was wrong about Najee. That's what we have.
Phil was
Agreed.
so wrong. He said top 3. Do you remember that? He said that he was going to put Jonathan Taylor in the background. That's what
Yeah,
you said.
I almost
Pretty
was
sure I
like,
said the guy
I
might
wanted
fall
to
in the
quit.
end zone 20 times if he was the only running back for the Chargers. And
Hey,
before
man,
the draft, he was.
Najee in 17 games, man, has like 1,000 yards. Which is basically
Najee's so
where the
good,
stick
we're
is,
going to
like,
get a
70 yards
first-round
game.
running
It's
back.
It's like an average of like 60 yards a game. That's like really good.
Najee was a top 3 running back like 3 years ago, but whatever. Who's counting?
Yeah, but like again, 17 games averaging like 60 yards a game. Fall down.
That's
And
the
then,
math.
Like,
He's going to
if you
have
look
less
at
than
it
a
on
third of the
stat
catches
metrics,
he
you'd
had in that
say-
season, Phil.
you'd
That's
literally
Absolutely,
say-
because now they got a real running back. Anyways,
I would
I'm
love
done.
to see the comparison of Monty versus Najee and see who's better, because I would almost bet that you would say Monty is better than Najee.
I would say Najee is better at scoring touchdowns from the 1 yard line, though. That guy's big. Reminds me of Eddie Lacy.
No, I've always thought Dave Montgomery is better.
Yeah, you're crazy, Phil. You're a crazy man.
I'd rather have a Najee Harris for a 1 yard touchdown run.
You're a crazy man.
Dude, you hand the ball to him running in a straight line, he will get 1 yard more easily
Love
than
to
David
see
We're
that.
not
Montgomery.
asking who you want in that one situation, Phil. That's not what we're asking.
that's
You're
the
answering
only
the
Monty
wrong
stats.
question.
I'd love to
That's
see
the only reason
I
I
know.
want either of these guys.
Phil, just do
okay,
like years of Monty and Najee close together. Maybe even the last 5 years. I just want to see them.
Phil's 3 favorite running backs of all time: Jerome Bettis, Eddie Lacy, Najee Harris.
Dude, hey, you know what? I used to play Madden against Ken and Mike
you're freaking
Allstott.
Jamal Lewis, man. Jamal.
I was going to say, Ken used to have Mike Allstott in Madden 2007. And let me tell you, it was literally
unbeatable.
impossible to tackle him. It's so
Dude,
annoying.
fullback dive was 7 yards every single play.
Dang, you guys
Ken had him
remember,
returning kickoffs, and it worked.
Do you guys remember that chunk monster, Michael Turner? Man, that guy was a chunk monster.
Do you remember when Turner was Turner the Burner?
Dude.
Remember when he was like 240 pounds playing for Atlanta? Had 1,000
Yeah.
yards. Hey,
Yep.
maybe that's who Najee is. Michael Turner.
Exactly. That's the perfect comparison. Or maybe he's Eddie Lacy doing, dude, you got the China food.
Yeah,
It's like
one good
the pirate
year, got a
version of
contract.
Michael
He
Turner.
was his very first 24-year-old rookie season because you forget he's old as shit. And then you're like, oh, yeah.
All right.
Played
That's
against,
enough.
I don't know, played against Justin Fields in high school.
I like the Omarion Hampton pick, Phil. Good job.
I know.
You don't like the Chargers running back situation, period? I just want
Listen,
he's the whole
Greg
team.
Roman can't be trusted. The guy split time with J.K. Dobbins and someone else.
Gus
when he
Edwards.
was in- Yeah, Gus Bus. Okay, give me a
Do you know how
break.
many touchdowns Gus Edwards had that year?
A lot.
13.
Yeah,
Anyways, that's why I like Najee.
I knew you're gonna tie it back to Najee. Listen,
Ken, go ahead.
best wide receiver on the Buccaneers is like Buka, and you guys don't even know it. You guys don't even know.
You have talked so much about Mike Evans for so long, years since I've known you.
Hey, you see this?
And
You see this?
Ibuka,
Torch passed. Eggy forever.
Hey,
Ibuka
Connor, where do you live again? Is it in a Columbus
why are we
suburb?
going to say this on international television?
Internet. It is international television. Someone across seas has
I
seen
live
this.
in Ohio.
You're so like, root for Ohio State a lot, don't you, huh?
Of course.
Are you a little bit biased on this one?
Of course. You guys are crazy. If you guys haven't, this is how I know you guys don't watch, Dynasty or pay attention to Dynasty Twitter. is because this dude is being like gassed up that he's already gonna beat out Godwin. He's beating out McMillan, who just died last week and fell on
He's
his
beating out
nose.
guys that are on the field. It's not hard.
Mike Evans, who's 32. Dude, I'm telling you. Egbuka, 1,000 yards this year, which, by the way, is way better than 1,000 yards for a stupid running back, Phil. It's not the same. It's way harder to do as a wide receiver.
Yeah. There's Connor's wide receiver jersey, by the way.
Watch.
In case you didn't know.
Watch. I'm not biased.
All right, Ken.
I do like Egbuka. The problem is just at the end of the year, there's just going to be too many good receivers in Tampa Bay. Like, I just don't know if he's going to put up the stats all year. Now, I was pretty against this guy last time me and Phil talked like 4 weeks ago about it, just because Phil loved him. But man, Travion Henderson has just completely, I mean, he's just electric out there. He's looked.
Ken, where do you live? Do you live in Cleveland? Oh, you must be a Buckeye homer. You picked up other Buckeye.
Thank you for covering the path I was about to go down.
Yeah.
I'm a huge
Anybody
Patriots guy, man. I just love the Patriots so much.
Says nobody ever.
But I was all like, hey, Ramondre's got a good contract and he's, done decently there. He's not a horrible running back. And that's all true. I do think all of those things.
Ooh.
But Travion's just looked
Ramondre this year or Najee this year?
I think
Dude, don't do that to me.
Ramondre Stevenson is legitimately a better running back than Najee and probably always has been.
I think so.
Yeah.
He's also
But the thing is, Najee's got like an extra 20 pounds. He gets to that 1 yard a lot easier.
Here we go.
But every time he touches the ball, first touch, 100-yard kickoff return touchdown. Then he had like a nice, I think it was like 18-yard touchdown as well. He just looks like he's ready for the NFL. And he's plenty of experience at Ohio State. And I don't care if he went to Ohio State. I was all about him after he showed up and looked like an NFL player right away. So I think it's going to be really quick. I like the new offense. I do like Diggs and Drake May. They still don't have an offensive line, but I think that there's enough weapons. I think Drake May is like that good where, hey, they are gonna, just like when Nick Chubb was a rookie at the Browns and we had Carlos Hyde. It's like, you just can't, you have to play that guy. And I think he's going to be offensive rookie of the year. I think he's just special talent and a better situation.
I think Mike Vrabel's a good coach for a player who's like, hey, you're just better than everyone. I don't care if you're a rookie. You're a freak athlete. We got to get you the ball. Also, because most of our offensive players suck.
Carlos Hyde, another Ohio State Buckeye. Look at this guy.
Hey, fun fact for you. How many 1,000-yard seasons did Carlos Hyde have? One. He had 3 years where he was like 980 plus yards rushing.
See, that's what I'm thinking of because I'm smart.
Let me just pull it up to make sure.
It tells you how very, if a guy like Carlos Hyde can nearly get 1,000 yards and you're like, oh, that's the standard. Najee got there by
Dude, let me tell you, when Nick Chubb was my favorite player coming into the NFL of any player ever, and all I did is complain about how Carlos Hyde was playing for the Browns, like in our family group chat. Like, you watch Nick Chubb run the ball, and it was like he got 3 carries a game, averaged 7+ yards, and then there's Carlos Hyde, 25 carries a game, 3.2 yards per carry. It was the most frustrating thing I've ever seen.
Good for that guy, Lamar Miller, man, Lamar Miller.
All right, got all of our player stuff done. About halfway plus on this whole recording. So now we do talk about like who's going to win the AFC, NFC, and then Super Bowls.
Well, let me be clear. I'm going to skip the AFC.
We didn't talk about that yet
because I don't know the divisions still. Listen,
Conferences.
I'll admit that, and I will stand by that. Okay, so we're going to do the Super Bowl, and then I'm going to leave because I don't remember who's in the AFC and the NFC.
All right. So Connor, who's winning the Super Bowl?
But listen, just to elaborate on that for our listeners. Contrary to popular belief, you can still know a lot about football and not know the divisions. And Ken and Phil are wrong about that, okay? They think you have to know the divisions, and that's not true.
I think you should just know what team Mike Wallace retired with.
I think you should shut your mouth. I think listen, there are lots of people that ended up. Julio Jones, who did he end up with? The
Titans,
Eagles.
and then the Buccaneers. And then the Buccaneers.
Dude, you're a clown. You know that? Like, seriously. Ken, I'm only talking to Ken now. All right. Ken, if you would like to know who would win the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl, I forgot to put one in there. So we're just going to do this off the cuff right now. So who's going to win it? The Ravens are going to win it. But my long shot is going to be Bengals before, didn't I? I remember we did this.
Yep.
This is all come back to me.
Again.
That was crazy. I did like a plus 50,000 bet
Dude,
for
you
the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, but the Ravens to win the division. I remember that.
I still love it. I think that's great. Just do it.
I'm doing it. I don't even care. Listen, I need to put some money behind that. That would be awesome. First off, but I won't pick the Bengals. But for my long shot, listen, man, I don't know why I keep thinking about this, but I almost want to say the Panthers, but I'm not going to. I just really like Bryce Young and Dave Canales. Okay, I'm not going to say that. I think the Vikings, though. I think the Vikings cool. If JJ is even mediocre, the Vikings have a chance.
All right, so real quick, how good does JJ McCarthy have to be?
Listen, I'm going to have to stop you there. Ken's going to have to ask me the question because I'm not talking.
Okay. All right. Well, Ken, if you could relay this to Connor, how good does JJ McCarthy have to play for you to believe in him as a good player this year? Like Darnold was 40 touchdowns last year or 35 or whatever, and no one thinks he's good still.
I'm with you, man. I completely agree. Who cares what Phil thinks?
Yeah, it's a question. No, it's like a genuine question because, like,
listen,
Vikings players are.
Listen, Ken, listen. He has to be. I'm serious. 3,500, 4,000 yards. He has to be Brock Purdy or Jimmy Garoppolo plus. I'm so serious because Brian Flores is a monster. He got everyone to come back, and then they added some. And I am a little bit surprised. I honestly am a little bit surprised that Kwesi's not getting a little bit more recognition for the job that he's doing. Well, I shouldn't say that. In a lot of circles, people think Kwesi is probably the number one GM in football because they picked up a guy who we thought was better than normal, better than average last year, Jordan Mason. So he now has 2 running backs. He's got a smash and a dash. He's got a 1, a 2, even though the 2 is out for 3 games because of drinking. Fine. But they're going to go try and get Adam Thielen. They're trying to get Adam Thielen right now, which is a good stopover between getting him and Addison back. And they got Harry the Hitman to come back as safety. They brought in 2 or 3 new offensive linemen this past year. And they brought in some D linemen for Brian Flores to play around with. I'm saying he literally he doesn't even have to get 4,000 yards. He has to be timely, and he has to throw touchdowns in the red zone. He's got to get at least 25 touchdowns. But he could end up having a stat line of 225 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they'll win 13 games. How about that?
No,
let me tell you,
that's a phenomenal answer. That's literally what I was looking for.
We're skipping what Phil has to say because he skipped my comeback player of the year answer, and it was JJ McCarthy for everything that you said. Now, first off, if you guys remember, Sam Darnold could march down the field. He got tons of yards, and he just could not get it in the end zone. Like he could not finish these drives. And I think that JJ McCarthy can do that one. But also, when you're coming into the league, have it all. I completely agree. Awesome defense, awesome aggressive defensive coordinator, good offensive line, good running back.
Keeps bragging on JJ because they're like, well, he's above average athlete. He ran a 4.6 in his 40, which is nearly what Kyler, I think, ran a 4.5. So he's not that far off. He's 6'3", 225 or 215. He's got a plus arm. He literally, all he has to do, and he has, by the way, one of the top 3 offensive minds in the NFL, which means half of the time, the defense is going to be called out before he gets up there. And he's going to say, look, you got 2 plays. First one is this. Second one is this. And by the way, I'm going to tell you up until 10 seconds left, hey, they're shifting here. They're shifting here. All right. You got 10 seconds to make not the wrong decision. Dude, it is not. I would say Phil could play. for Kevin O'Connell, but then I would be wrong. Ken could play for Kevin O'Connell.
So you said top 3 offensive minds. So you have Kevin O'Connell, Kevin Stefanski, and who's the third?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you ruined it. You ruined it, Ken.
You guys were having a good thing going.
We had a good thing. You ruined it.
I'm sorry. I had to. I was holding that in.
Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan, KOC. Top 3. Bang, bang, bang.
McVay.
The next tier is McVay and Liam Cohen.
So Connor,
Time out. How are you not going to say Dave Canales? You've done nothing but talk about the Panthers the whole time.
But
He's gotta earn
listen,
it.
there's a difference between like execution and look, Bryce has, I think Bryce can do it, okay? But like Canales is like a budding superstar head coach and Bryce Young is like a budding superstar QB, but hasn't been papered yet. This is all intelligence up here, speculation, and me being the smartest of all of them. It's all a perfect storm. It's going to happen this year, but I can't say that for sure yet because it hasn't happened. Those other ones, it's in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding, Ken.
I can't wait for Phil to talk about the Jaguars. Now, you mentioned Liam Cohen, and it's been like, what is it? Almost an hour of us talking about football, and he hasn't brought up the Jaguars yet, which is just weird.
I was supposed to be gone like an hour ago, but Phil kept me up. So
get out of here.
I have to go now. But I want to hear Phil's Liam Cohen take.
I just think the Jags are going to be maybe not like good, but like a 8-9 win team. They're going to be like extremely average, and Trevor Lawrence is going to be
so Trevor
like
Lawrence
a
or Bryce
respectable
Young,
quarterback.
go right now.
Huh?
Tell me, Trevor Lawrence or Bryce Young, right now.
Trevor Lawrence.
I'm leaving you.
Go ahead.
I can't.
I want my quarterback, to be able to see at all.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh.
I'm biased because he's short. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like you went down that direction on your own.
Anticipatory thrower, Phil. Okay.
Okay.
Anticipation. See the windows before they happen. That's what Bryce does.
All right, cool. Who has more passing touchdowns this year, Bryce Young or Trevor Lawrence?
Bryce Young.
I'll take that bet.
What are we betting?
That's a great question.
What are we betting?
To be continued, because we can do it next week.
Your guys.
How about this? How about this? We bet Bryce Young or Trevor Lawrence. We cover each other's $5 bet for the long shot that I had on Bengals Ravens, and your long shot of 10,000 plus.
How do we we have to wait for the year to play through to make that bet?
We'd have to do a playoff bet.
We'll have to do it. We'll see who's in the Super Bowl, and we'll do it crazy.
Okay.
Winner plays
a
$5 bet.
There you go. Any bet they want, $10, $5.
That's fine.
I'm in.
We'll bet draft picks in our next year's, we called it Fantasy Football Startup Dynasty League.
Connor has too many dynasty leagues to get hooked into others.
Technically, I only have 3.
Technically, only 3.
Somebody else yelled at me about that the other day. It's
3.5 now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're going to do a dynasty startup next year. All right,
I'm not doing that.
All right. No. It's already on the paper. We got it.
I'm in trouble.
All right. We'll see you. Go spend time with your wife. All right, so we'll do our Super Bowl picks.
I'm 100% in on Trevor Lawrence. Bryce Young, Trevor, it's definitely Trevor Lawrence. I just was waiting for him to get off the thing because I didn't want to stay on another 5 minutes.
I have nothing on the Jags on here, like on our sheet. I love that you brought it up.
My 2 favorite division things that we're gonna get to are the Panthers and the Jags, and I just can't talk about them now. I had those on there first. I'm just saying.
So Connor's old boss used to be the GM for the Buccaneers.
What?
Yeah, he used to work for the guy who ran the Buccaneers.
Like the actual GM?
Yeah, I can't remember it. I can't remember the details, but no, it was like he worked for something like the Connor Group or something, and one of the guys there, was literally he was connected to the Buccaneers because he was a former GM or something like that. So yeah, that's why Connor loves the Buccaneers and all their staff and stuff because he knows them. So like Dave Canales, Liam Cohen, whenever he talked him up and hyped him up, it's yeah, I know why you're doing this. You've talked to me about it previously.
I'm mentioning Liam Cohen before Dave Canales. He was the one after him. I don't know. Anyways, That's fine.
Anyways, let's go. We're just on our we'll do our NFC AFC Super Bowls and get the heck out of here. That was almost bad. All right, let's start in the NFC. I'm going vanilla 49ers. I feel like we're obligated to pick them every year, at least one of us. So they fell off last year, but due to injury, I don't think their roster is as good last year, but bringing Robert Saleh in is a massive upgrade from a defensive coordinator spot. Steve Wilkes was smart and a talented coach, but it's like Robert Saleh legitimately was he made that 49ers defense one of the best in the league for a reason. So I think they come back. Their defense maybe not as talented, but is fierce. And then the offense, I am leaning into believing in Brock Purdy. They have gone out and gotten new players, but it's like the stars of the show, I'm still on Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle, CMC. That's a great, not great, but that's a top 10 group of 3 to rely on. So 100% in on the 49ers coming back.
So one random thought on the 49ers. Yes, we like the 49ers. I mention a lot. As much as I dislike Robert Saleh as a head coach, I think he's that good as a defensive coordinator. They've always had like just a next man up like mentality. Like they've regularly turned good and above average defensive players into like, game changers. I mean, throughout it's been that way. It's the whole organization. But the one random thing, Jordan Mason may not be that good of a runner. Like, I think that, Minnesota like got him there like, oh, all in on this. And what running back has not done good for the 49ers when they get an opportunity? From like Elijah Mitchell to like Jerick McKinnon after traumatic
Jeff Wilson
injuries.
had a good year.
Jeff Wilson, they just keep on like doing well. And the CMC was obviously one above and beyond, but there's a chance that like they're like, hey, we just had a really good setup with a really good team and a really good scheme. Jordan Mason is a good running back. I personally, that's why I picked Aaron Jones. I just think that he may be overvalued just based off of he came from an amazing fit and an amazing system. And yeah, he's going to a good system for the Vikings as well. But people don't fail as running backs for the 49ers. They just don't.
Speaking of that, bringing in Brian Robinson, just a good insurance policy to have so they can maintain their running game. I know, like, they're all beat up. I don't know why 49ers are always hurt. They might play the way they practice, but it's like, I believe in them. I mean, Brandon Ayuk can't get more hurt than he is. He'll be reinforcements come halfway through the year. So, nice little boost. Yeah, did you ever see George Kittle, like, when he joined the league? It was the classic Iowa, I think the Hawkeyes look. It's like, buzz cut, clean cut shave, no tattoos. Like 2 years into the league, it's like messy hair, beard, tattoos all over the place, like instantly. I think that's smelling salts getting to him.
No, I like them. I'm picking the Packers for as much as we've talked about the Vikings and these other teams. I like, number one, I can't pick the 49ers because you picked them. I'm not a huge fan. Like, I really think the NFC is just kind of open, but I do think the Packers are undervalued just because they didn't, they underperformed last year. I think a lot of that had to do with Jordan Love getting hurt, having the hip injury, and them just changing their team. Like, fine, we'll just run the ball with Josh Jacobs. And it worked. It really worked until they needed a win, until they, needed to have a pass game, and it just wasn't there. I like the Matthew Golden pick for them. I like their group of what I see as above average receivers. I like Tucker Kraft, Josh Jacobs. I think that all around, they just have a good team, good setup. I know we haven't talked about it, but I like their coach as well. Probably, less than you guys like him, but he's just one. But I think that if Jordan Love does make that like next step up, then they certainly can be a contender.
The only thing that confuses me about them is they let Jair Alexander go, who's been like top 5 corner. They just let him go, and now he walked over to the Ravens, which makes me angry as a Browns fan. But
nobody really wanted him.
I know it's an injury thing.
It's an injury thing, and he was turning more into like a head case that's not around,
Yeah. But it's like, I just wonder how they're going to be without like a top tier corner being
That's
able to
true.
rely on that. But with you, I love Matthew Golden. I don't have him in our fantasy league. I guess I was going to say that's my only family or fantasy league this year. So I'm surprised. Usually I can reference like, oh, I have 5 teams or 3 teams, and no one fell to me. But Matthew Golden is one of the rookies I really like. Didn't play much in the preseason, had one awesome catch down the field. And it's like, okay, you got to be a speedster, stretch the field, beat 1-on-1. And as long as the Packers have one guy that can do that, I think the other ones will show out. Like Christian Watson can run in a straight line really far, really fast. Jaden Reed is like a good, deep in post kind of player. So with the number one there, I like the Packers too. They would be my Niners Packers like NFC Championship actually. So AFC, we have,
Of course we do.
we got the generic, the last 5-6 years going on. You have Chiefs, I have Bills. You can go first with Chiefs. All in on Taylor Swift powers.
Well, I mean, you said it with the whole like MVP favorite thing. I could care less about. I hate to say it, I could care less about Travis Kelce. He's good. He's 35. He's lost a step. Oh, he got skinny in the offseason. Like, oh, I don't care. Like, you're a tight end. Guess what? Yeah, you don't get faster. You just get less slow.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Either way, I mean, but their offensive core, wide receiver core is fast. I just think that like Mahomes is like, I didn't need to step up. And now when he does, I mean, they just look better. That's all there is to it. And I like the Ravens. I just, they haven't shown up. Okay. Lamar did play well, except for like 2 pretty bad plays against the Bills. And then the Bills just can't beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. They just can't do it. Doesn't matter where they play. It doesn't matter. But I still think that, now they have that chip on their shoulder. They have we didn't lose the Super Bowl. We got demolished. We got steamrolled. That was the least competitive Super Bowl I've seen since Buccaneers, Raiders in '03 or something like that.
So I looked that Super Bowl up, and I need to ask something. Did you win the fourth quarter payout because of the pick 6 and they had to kick an extra point with 2 seconds left?
Yes. That's exactly it. I won that.
I thought I remembered something like that. Anyways, not important.
Don't worry. Love my dad. He's like, oh, you won. Here's like $20.
Well, I bought everyone 2 squares, $5 a square.
And I was like, sweet, $20. Anyways, but no, I mean, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. They have a good defense. I expected to take a step back. I expect their offense to take as much of a step forward as the defense takes a step back.
Yeah, so I can't the Ravens keep doing Ravens things, and it just makes me angry that it's like we brought in Nuke Hopkins, we brought in Des Bryant, we brought in like these old rundown receivers, and they've never had like a good outside threat like Rashad Bateman. I mean, Zay Flowers is a slot. Mark Andrews works the middle of the field. It's like I can't buy into you until like your offensive powerhouse starts to become like, all right, we need to throw one-on-one on the outside, and it's successfully working. Kind of like how when you watch basketball, it's like no one says, analytics says don't shoot mid-range jumpers, but it's like, well, when you get to the playoffs, I need someone who can shoot a 15-foot isolation jumper to ruin any defense thrown at me. It's like, I don't think the Ravens have that outside of Lamar's legs, which obviously very valuable, but I want the teams to have something else. Now, as for the Bills, as funny as it is, it's like they don't have that receiver either, but Josh Allen continues to make most receivers just do that. The reason I think they lost in the AFC Championship last year is because they leaned on the tush push, but he failed at it 3 times. Like you can't fail on 4th and 1 3 times and hope to win. But the defense has been the Bills' problem recently, and I actually surprisingly really like the addition of Joey Bosa. I think he will be better than Von Miller was when he was like 36 or whatever that was. He just has to stay on the field, and the Bills should just do everything they can to make sure that he's up and able and healthy for the playoffs, because Josh Allen will carry him through the regular season. So I don't know. Josh Allen, like we always laugh, Mahomes has that superpower where he's like 4th quarter, it doesn't matter, I got this. I mean, Josh Allen has been carrying the Bills, but James Cook's there to support the run game. I think Dalton Kincaid, an extra year in, will take a nice step. Same with Keon Coleman. They have like lots of good pieces, and I don't know. I just really hope that I want it for Josh Allen,
I'm
Anyways,
I'm just excited that we've like talked about my entire fantasy team from our family league. A lot of pluses, including Joe Mixon.
all right. So I guess we'd let into it, but you have the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I have the Bills. Like the AFC is just better than the NFC. That's all I have to say. It's like whenever we talk about this, it's like if I had the 49ers or the Packers, they would be my 4 or 5 seed in the AFC. They wouldn't even be competing with the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens. I mean, Joe Burrow in the playoffs, I would take them. I would take him over the 49ers or Packers, things like that.
Completely burned me last year in the Super Bowl. Thank God Jalen Hurts won the MVP because that saved my day quite a bit. Man, really did. I mean, I completely agree. I do think that AFC. I mean, I think AFC is going to win. Don't
Can I
care.
just put that bet in now? Anyways, all right, Super Bowl long shots. We're coming. We're a little over time, but that's fine. All right, I'm going crazy here. I got the Texans. I think CJ Stroud took the massive step backwards last year. Offensive line, I know everyone's like, oh, it's terrible. I think somehow it can just positively regress during the year, and I think you can get good coaching, new coaching in to come in and help it. They brought in a bunch of wide receivers to support Stroud, and then Tank Dell got hurt, and then Diggs got hurt, and now they went through and they replaced him. Christian Kirk came in; he's looked like a functional too, and they got a lot of rookie young talent. So unfortunately, Joe Mixon's been hurt, but I think they'll manage a run game. I don't know. The defense, they have some of the best corners, and they got good pass rushers and Danielle Hunter, and who's the other one? Like Will Anderson. I think they have the foundations for a really good defense. And I think CJ Stroud comes back and is like, guys, I am good at football. Last year was like second year regression and just lights it up. So long shot, Texans all the way. By the way, I have 4 Texans players on my fantasy team if we're going to talk about stuff like that.
Love Nico Collins. I know you didn't mention that one, but we have talked about him way too much this offseason. He's just not getting a lot of respect being up there with like top 5 receivers in the league. And he really has completely showed out. I just don't. I mean, yes, I am concerned with their line more than you, but they don't have a run game. They were like, hey, Joe Mixon's our guy. Sorry, guys. Nick Chubb is not the guy. Woody Marks, not the guy. Damian Pierce has shown he's not the guy. And I think Damian Pierce had less than 40 rushes last season, in a whole season. And he started a game.
His rookie year, he was right, like incredible. Well, not incredible, but like this really guy is a big physical runner. And now it's like, do you not remember how to do that?
Yeah. I do get concerned that it's going to be very one-dimensional. It's like, yes, they have a good defense. And yes, it's going to be CJ Stroud going to Nico Collins. I like Christian Kirk. I like eventually for their rookie wide receiver. I'm going to mess up his name, so I'm not even going to try.
Jaden Higgins.
Jaden Higgins.
The other ones, yep.
But I do worry about it being one-dimensional. With Stroud can't run, and they might need something there, besides Stroud passing.
Defensive touchdowns, those happen.
I'm picking the Chargers. I already talked about it. Herbert for my plus 2,000. I can't say even long shot now after Connor MVP, but I think the team is just way more complete. I think that they're, I don't understand. Like last year, they were like, hey, we're just going to be a run heavy team without a running back. And, I get running back is a very replaceable position, but when you are that run heavy, you need some type of dynamic something. Like, honestly, even when they got Najee, I was like, that's not enough. But then O'Marion Hampton, I heard it, from he's overdrafted. Oh, he's not as good as like the Travion Henderson and the Quinshon Judkins who went after him. Thank God it wasn't Quinshon. But I even like Dylan Sampson, man. I got to tell you, the dude like looks dynamic out there, like good change of pace guy. No, I think that O'Marion Hampton really fits a lot of what they want to do. And once again, everyone keeps flying over the fact they got Keenan Allen back. Like, I mean, I think that's just a nice blanket. Like, it's a nice
you and your tight ends, man.
A good veteran, man. Yeah, hell yeah. But no, Chargers is a long shot for sure.
They're rookie Trey Harris. I think he will come out and he will replace Quentin Johnston as the guy that runs really far, really fast. And he won't drop it as much. Like just having that and having someone catch the ball will be huge for Herbert. And then like Ladd McConkey was incredible his rookie year. So I don't know. I think if Hampton can provide the pop that JK provided in the first 2 games, like I think JK had like 120 yards both those games before his leg just kind of slowly whittled away. I think, yeah, the Chargers, they are one of the ones where I'm like, win the division? Yeah, I could buy that. They're the 3rd rank on their team in their division behind the Broncos. It's like, no, they should be ahead of the Broncos. I don't understand why people are so high on them. I think
Dude, the Bonix love is just getting stronger, man. He went really early in our family league draft too.
was it auto picked though?
It might have
because Tyreek Hill went number 5. Like, come on.
I'm pretty sure Dad said that. I'm not kidding. He likes
Okay.
Tyreek Hill. I don't know.
I understand,
Anyways.
but like, yeah, he also got
No,
Austin
5.
Eckler 5 rounds early. Like,
Yeah.
Steve has 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So that's it. We got all of our picks in. Now we'll watch these throughout the year. And all right. So let's just wrap on then, or turn over to rapid fire on some other random futures that you and I really liked. I'll let you go first. Just like quick hits on these, and we won't even respond.
Just real quick, going on what we talked about, Dak Prescott, CJ Stroud, neither of them have a running game. I don't think that they're going to get rushing touchdowns because of that. I think that they're both good enough quarterbacks where they will get the ball into the end zone and their offenses will move enough where they can have high touchdown like totals. So 35 touchdowns for Dak is like plus 440 and plus 1,000 for CJ Stroud. I actually like the CJ Stroud number touch better. It's also a bet on them not having running backs.
Yeah. Before you go, next one's Caleb Williams. I have 30 plus touchdowns. I saw someone be like, hey, Caleb Williams wasn't that bad his rookie year. And I looked up the stats, 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 3,500 yards. Like, for a rookie, that's actually not that bad given like how much chaos and uncertainty were labeled around him. I think Ben Johnson comes in and changes everything. I love Rome and I love DJ Moore. I think they're really talented receivers, and they bolstered the tight end position. I don't like their running game. DeAndre Swift is not a big guy to get in the end zone. I personally like Roschon Johnson, but I'm not fully buying into that, and they got nothing else besides that. So I think Caleb Williams might be heavily relied on, and Ben Johnson's a genius. He'll come up with some easy layups in the red zone so that he does. So, Caleb Williams doesn't have to do tight throws all the whole time. So I think 30 is a good number for him.
You want to talk about your CD and Dak?
You want me to do that? Okay. So I got Dak in here as MVP. Like, that's where that comes from, plus 4,000. And essentially this, and then I have CeeDee Lamb for most receiving yards, aka I think I saw something like, I don't want to quote it, but DraftKings offers most to break the NFL receiving record. I'm like, I could actually see CeeDee Lamb breaking the NFL receiving record, Dak leading the NFL in passing, and the Cowboys are 12-5 again, like they were 2 years ago. And you get an MVP, CeeDee Lamb, with crazy numbers. So it's plus 1,200 to lead the league, and most receiving yards just seems way too low for me for a team that is shaky defensively. Micah still uncertain, even though Dak insisted that he'll show up. So I think plus 1,200 on the most receiving yards, great value for CeeDee Lamb. And if you want to get crazy, I could actually see people reasonably putting him to break the NFL receiving record and Dak to win MVP, which, again, I hate myself for saying that.
All right. Some quick division ones. Now, shouldn't surprise you. We like the Jaguars. We like the Packers. Not going to touch too much on that. We've talked about that enough. My favorite one was the Panthers plus 400. Connor talked about that, but plus 400 for their division, just a higher number. The other one that stood out to me, Kansas City at minus 105. I mean, you're talking like 50-50 odds for them to win a division, something that Pat Mahomes has never not done. And yeah, I like the Chargers this year, but I'm sorry. They just find ways to win games. And I know they had a bunch of close games, but guess what? Statistically, like, Mahomes has found ways to win close games. Andy Reid, remember when he had the whole he can't do manage a game clock? They're like, no, actually, he just needed a freaking awesome quarterback, and that's not a problem anymore. But I mean, at minus 1 at 50-50 odds, I mean, you're not going to see him better for someone like Mahomes' caliber.
Yeah, so I guess I'll go to my divisions where 49ers, I have them to go to the Super Bowl, and they're plus money to win their division. I mentioned Stafford way at the beginning of this about winning MVP potentially. But the rest of the division, I don't think is good. I don't buy Sam Darnold in the Seahawks. I've seen some things where it's like, oh, they got all these good players. I looked it up. They don't. They have a good corner. Tariq Woolen isn't that great. Their opposite corner isn't very good either. Their O-line's pretty okay. But like, I'm not buying into this receiving combo of JSN and Cooper Kupp. Like, what, to me, they have similar skill sets. They work similar areas of the field. Anyway, so 49ers come back. Kyle Shanahan, like, I think they're just undervalued as a team in general. And then the Bears plus 550 win the division. I think all the other teams in that division are overhyped because they all made the playoffs last year. And I think the Lions and Vikings, like, they didn't have good luck. They were genuinely good teams, but it just seems like they're going to get pulled back a little bit. And that's going to open the door for a team like the Bears to come out of nowhere and be like, hey, 12-5. We were the bottom team. We got some easier games. And next thing you know, we're atop the division. So plus 550 is another one where I'm like, that seems like a little bit too long of odds. But that's it.
And kind of going off of like the whole like Seattle thing, like I read somewhere I saw where it's like, hey, they want to just run the ball. They just want to completely like pound the rock. I know they don't have the best like offensive line, but I really think that Kenneth Walker, it's like plus 1250 rushing yards. It's plus 500. I mean, I think it's just a bet on him staying healthy. And I get if you don't want to do that. But if he stays healthy, I think that it's not a 1A, 1B. I mean, and Charbonnet is good, really good. I just think that Kenneth Walker is that good. He is a special runner who's just been kind of limited based off of, well, bad line and bad injury luck. But every year before he gets hurt, he's like he's like a top 5 like fantasy running back. But I think that at plus 500, odds of him just essentially staying healthy, I like those ones. I like those odds. And then just another random one. I like DK Metcalf plus receiving yards just because, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he just isolates receivers. DK Metcalf is a good, one-on-one receiver, big, strong guy, can get the ball, can get the 50-50 ones. And Aaron Rodgers can place it with one guy. It's a one thing that he's shown he can do every single year. Another year removed from the Achilles, so hopefully timing's a little better than it was last year. Honestly, take what Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams did last year and like get like 80% of that. And it's like, that's what DK Metcalf's going to do this year.
Two things. One, I like the guys you picked. One, because they are high volume guys. Like, they are the guys on their offenses. And two, they are explosive also. So like Ken Walker, 200-yard rushing game, not a surprise actually, because like he could have 2 70-yard touchdowns in one game. DK Metcalf easily can get 70-yard touchdowns, and it's like, yeah, they're like, I was looking at like other receiving options in Pittsburgh, and it's Jonnu Smith and Pat Freiermuth. Like, that is it. They have no one else.
Really,
that's
two
like,
tight ends.
Yeah, like
Jesus. Jalen Warren,
Calvin
Austin,
and then Roman Wilson are like their top 2 receivers beside that. Like, it's
Jesus.
not good. No. Like, I didn't even, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I ignore the Steelers because I hate them so much, but it's like, that's so shocking to me that like there's absolutely nothing there. And then like Ken Walker, they drafted Zach Charbonnet high and they refused to use him when Ken Walker's healthy. That's like, they just love him so much. So
he's just that good.
Yeah. I'm with you. It's like when he's there and he's producing, if he can just be on the field. But so that's how I think Mike Clay said that's how they get you on like prop season long bets. Everyone's like, oh, you break it down, it's like 100 yards a game or 80 yards a game, and you're like, oh, you don't forget that the average player misses a game and a half or something like that. So
yep, that's how your odds are plus 500. Yeah, that's all right. That's I want to talk about.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I am excited. Next week we actually get to talk about lines and spreads and all the stuff that we know more about.
Wow.
I know, right? Time flies when you're having fun. We're gonna have to do that, I think, Tuesday, because the season kicks off Thursday. They have those games Thursdays and Friday. So very exciting. Get your futures bets in until then. All right, and good luck with fantasy drafts if there's any going on this weekend. You kind of look